The island of sirens. It had been 10 long years since my husband, Mark, vanished from my life. It wasn't an abrupt disappearance, rather, it was a slow, painful unraveling. I discovered his affair with an online girlfriend, a woman from a distant, obscure island country. He promised it was just a fleeting mistake, but the pain was too deep. Our marriage couldn't withstand the betrayal, and soon after, he left, ostensibly for a business trip. He never returned. At first, I was devastated. Then, as the years passed and my wounds healed, I found a strange sense of peace in his absence. It was easier to imagine he had simply disappeared from the face of the earth, rather than face the reality that he chose her over me. Years later, I found myself on a cruise, a long overdue attempt to reconnect with life and rediscover myself. The cruise took an unexpected detour due to weather, and we docked at a small, lush island that the captain called the Island of Sirens. The name intrigued me, and a shiver ran down my spine as we approached. The island was enveloped in a mist that gave it an otherworldly aura, and the locals were elusive, with haunting eyes that seemed to peer right into your soul. As I wandered through the island's narrow paths, I stumbled upon a secluded beach. The air was thick with a scent of salt and something sweet, almost like honey. It was there that I heard it, a voice, singing a melody so beautiful, so intoxicating, that I felt drawn toward it. The voice seemed to pull at the very core of my being, filling me with a strange mixture of longing and dread. It was unlike anything I had ever heard, both haunting and hypnotic. Compelled, I followed the sound through a dense jungle, the foliage thickening with every step. The deeper I went, the more the air felt heavy and the more the world outside the island seemed to fade away. It was as if time stood still, and I was caught in a trance, moving toward the source of the voice like a moth to a flame. The melody grew louder, more beautiful, and more painful. It felt as if the singer was laying bare every secret, every desire, every sorrow I had ever felt. I finally reached a clearing, where I found a small, ancient-looking temple. Inside, a woman sat by a pool of crystal-clear water. She was stunning, with long, flowing hair and eyes that shimmered like the ocean. Her voice was the one I had followed, and as she sang, I felt tears streaming down my face. It wasn't just her beauty or the melody that held me captive, it was the raw, unfiltered emotion in her voice. It was the voice of someone who had lived 1,000 lives, who knew every joy and every sorrow.